origination of energy. This is a white sheet of paper. In a typographic language, it is called white-coated paper. There are also offset and glossy types of paper. If I lay them nearby, we see the three white sheets of paper. However, the first is dull-coated, the second is glossy-coated, and the third is offset. Meanwhile, all of them are still white. They are the same in main properties: size and light reflection, color. As well as configurations of informational fragments that show some properties which are ever so compatible with each other. In our example, they are white. But something also makes them different. On the basis of this difference, the interaction between the two fragments of information occurs. Actually, only two interactions never happen, for there is always the infinite multitude of interactions. I put emphasis on exactly the infinite multitude of interactions. That is, it has no limits, but we examine only two of interactions to understand the whole process better. Due to these resonational interactions, the part of information, which is called white, formed the general configuration. They did not get closer to each other, and indeed, getting closer is nowhere to happen, for these are spaceless interactions. Consequently, energy originated. Energy is exactly the qualitative potential that defines the difference. That means that dissonance is always the synthetic difference of potentials. Some energetic potential emerged. That is, some part between the two configurations fit as if together they interacted resonationally, and some other part did not. An irrcognitively informational impulse was launched. The resonational factor appeared in information. That is, all of the fragments from different parts of the information commenced to assert themselves and interact with each other correspondingly. Instantly, the most compatible configurations started to represent some joint form. Dissonance created something that we determine as energy. But what is energy exactly? Physicists will not tell you, for they can only tell you about the consequences of energy manifestation. So what is energy exactly? Energy is exactly that dissonance which has potential inside to become more equable, balanced, and to reconstruct symmetry. Initially, everything was symmetrical, balanced, and resonational potentially. That is, everything reached resonance on some levels. but separate parts remain dissonational to one another. That moment formed energy inside information. This energy forces every dissonational part of the configuration to merge with a part of information of another configuration, which facilitates resonance relative to the first dissonational part.
По отношению к данной части резонанс. Понимаете? Белая мелованная.
This is the white-coated paper. That is the white glossy paper. They correspond in white color. They do not correspond in dullness or gloss properties. These are informational fragments which are formed. However, the white dull sheet and, let's say, the black dull sheet may correspond in the dullness property. They belong to diverse configurational fragments, but they may correspond in the dullness property. This resonance establishes among them. They are different in color, but they interact with each other in blueness or blackness somewhere. They may correspond with other fragments and reach resonance with them in gloss or dullness properties. To make it happen, energy is required. Just this energy is used to make resonance. Once the resonance has appeared, energy is annihilated. That is, it becomes distributed into the configurations. This configuration is white dull paper, and that is white glossy paper. They correspond with each other in whiteness, but they did the same with other configurations in gloss and dullness properties. Again, everything becomes balanced. That is it, the one and only moment. Yet, that is when all begins. I have told you about the only moment that this happens.